Goodbye, Jack. Dick. After months of total climate change immersion, my hope versus despair meter gets a little flippy. On the one hand, Sir Richard Branson of the Virgin Group pledges $3 billion to help tackle greenhouse gas emissions. But a 38,000 square mile hole opens up in the ice on the Beaufort Sea, and more polar bears are drowning. California passes all of this great climate change legislation. But the US has over 150 new coal-fired plants in the works, just one of which would completely undo the gains California's made, and China is building new coal-fired plants at the rate of 2 per week. Nepal is offering clean energy subsidies to reduce its dependence on firewood. But the genocide in the Sudan is partly over water, which means the resource wars are starting. And with all the back and forth, I feel like I've got a serious case of hope-lash. Fortunately, our heroines remain undaunted by Ismania's failure with Jack, and they continue their campaign. As a result, all of Congress is going completely apeshit. Because the whole point of being a powerful politician is to get laid with impunity, right? So imagine the camera zooming down through the hallowed halls of power. All of the guys are priapically crippled, but trying not to show it. In fact, one of the funniest things about Lysistrata the play is how productions handle the image of sexual frustration in men, generally with large baguettes or oversized zucchini. And there is just no way I'm abandoning a nugget that juicy. So, to follow Aristophanes' own playwriting instructions, open scene, insert giant phallus. Back to Congress. Al Gore has a cameo here as Speaker of the House. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Idaho. Yeah, well, I concede my time to the gentleman from Nebraska. Dennis, do you want to? No. Not now. Not now. Elizabeth, do you want to talk? What are you eating? Dark chocolate with candied ginger. Switzerland sent it. They're very sympathetic. Now, while I know this piece is about fighting global warming, I can't help but wonder what would happen if some critical mass of the population were very pointedly not giving it up on behalf of the greater good. So let's imagine another montage of, say, bummed out Pfizer execs because nobody is taking Viagra, and street corner debates over whether masturbation is cheating. Movies and TV change because they're not showing sexy people having sex. And they're not dressing women up in sexy clothes. And so actresses don't feel compelled to be 20 pounds underweight. And they start wearing sweats all the time. And so fashion trends change for the rest of us too. The hottest new footwear in town, Manolo Birkenstock. Advertising changes because they're not using sex to sell everything, and the media abandons its obsession with binomial power couples, and the heat drops out of both the abortion debate and, as a nice little side benefit, opposition to gay marriage. Parent-kid conversations about sex change because people have to explain to their kids what's going on, and then they end up having much more frank conversations overall because since no one's actually doing it, people aren't as worried about their kids getting pregnant from too much information. And of course, a lot of people are doing yoga and swimming in very cold water to rechannel their sexual energies, and they start losing weight and getting healthier and using fewer prescription drugs, and insurance premiums go down, and they end up creating a nationwide single-payer healthcare plan in America. Yay! And other people start volunteering in prisons to help rehabilitate the convicts rather than just punishing them, thereby pulling the legs out from underneath the prison industrial complex, which is an issue we haven't even covered yet. And as more and more people stop having sex, it causes a massive unleashing of Kundalini, which is a coiled serpent of feminine energy that normally hibernates right at the base of your spine, but which tends to get all stirred up during a good stiff bout of spiritually induced celibacy. You shake, you quake, and bam! You're enlightened, and it's happening everywhere. At the store, bam! At work, bam! At the gym, bam! On a plane, on the train, in the rain, in Spain, bam, 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 bam! I think I might be losing focus here. And even though Kundalini is a serpent, every time that someone gets banned, they could swear that they had a vision of a very small frog. Iniga seems to be everywhere, quietly goosing the reluctant into action. Lissa, though, has been seeing her less. Iniga? Iniga? You out there? Hello. Hi. Hey, are you okay? You look tired. I am, yes, resting. You know, word on the street is that you have been a busy little frog. I have been doing some visiting. Sounds like you've been doing some possessing or haunting. I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it's great. You're still sick, aren't you? It is not important. Iniga, we got a long way to go here. I don't want you killing yourself over it, Lisa. What we are doing, is it working? That's not the point. I think it is, Iniga. It is not your job to be the sacrificial frog. Which is something I wonder about. By late October, it's warm and sunny in Vermont, no frost in sight, which is crazy. And while there's better and better press lately around climate change, I don't seem to be able to take any of that in. In fact, I'm a mess. Over the course of the fall, I get 2 stress colds, clench my jaw so hard in my sleep that I crack a tooth, and blow out my knee on a global warming protest march. I don't know how to care just enough and not let my grief and fear over what's happening tear me apart. And should it even matter? I mean, Gandhi said you need to be prepared to die like a soldier to make injustice visible. Given how huge this all is, I mean, it's the planet, shouldn't I be the thing that I'm willing to sacrifice? Shouldn't I be the price that I'm willing to pay? I think you believe your grief is the greatest fuel for your work. Yeah. Because everything I hear, I see and hear, all the reports that I read, they all say we're on a death spiral. That's a phrase I heard an Arctic scientist use the other day, death spiral. And we know exactly what's going on. We know exactly how to fix it, and we're still just letting it all happen. We've got this beautiful world, and it's just so wrong.